France says it's willing to help reopen and secure the Strait of Hormuz, but only after the shooting stops. President Emmanuel Macron told reporters aboard the Charles de Gaulle carrier that Paris and its allies are preparing a purely defensive, purely support mission to escort container ships and tankers and gradually reopen the strait after the end of the hottest phase of the conflict. The point is freedom of navigation and keeping oil and gas moving once the air is clear. In the current context, the conditions don't allow for any mission to deploy forces, but we are initially working on the diplomacy, so we can then enter into details, and eventually it can become operational, one French official said. Macron's comments came during a visit to Cyprus, hit last week by Iranian-made drones, and alongside Cypriot President Nikos Christodoulides and Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis. He stressed that the mission would be aimed at escorting commercial traffic, not offensive action, and framed it as essential for international trade and energy flows, once again, after the war's most intense phase subsides. France already contributes to the EU's Operation Aspides in the Red Sea, launched in 2024 against Houthi attacks, and plans to raise its contribution to 2 frigates there. The Hormuz effort would be separate and coalition-based. Paris has been consulting European, Asian, and Gulf states, India, Canada, and others on a possible escort framework, but officials caution nothing is close to final. India has shown resistance, and France wants to disassociate from the American approach because any durable arrangement will need at least tacit Iranian buy-in. French diplomats say they've kept channels open with Tehran, presidential and foreign minister calls. The embassy remains open, and that the goal is a plan that can become operational once conditions permit, not a unilateral push while drones and missiles are still flying. Macron also warned against thinking the conflict can be ended by force alone. Aboard the carrier, he said the war's duration depends on U.S.-Israeli objectives and that profound changes to Iran's leadership cannot occur through American-Israeli bombings alone. He described the mission as putting ourselves in a position to last, noting the intense phase could run several days, perhaps several weeks. The Charles de Gaulle was sent to the Mediterranean after U.S.-Israeli strikes on Iran on February 28 ignited a wider regional war that has all but halted Hormuz traffic. About a fifth of the world's crude normally transits the choke point. Separately, Macron spoke with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu about the Middle East and Lebanon. France has also deployed a frigate and air defense units to Cyprus after the drone attack there, underlining that Paris sees attacks on EU members as attacks on Europe. For now, the message is clear. France is ready to help secure Hormuz with partners, but not while the strait is an active battle space.